They said the mountain changed people, made them quieter, colder, harder to understand. And if that was true, then Ilara Voss had been changed more than anyone. She lived where the road disappeared, where the trees grew too close together and the wind never stopped whispering. No family, no visitors, no reason to stay except one. The town only saw her once every few weeks. She'd come down with a list, never spoke more than she had to, never stayed longer than necessary. But people noticed things. The way she studied the mountains, not like scenery, but like a map, like she was waiting for something, or preparing for it. At night, when the valley went dark, Ilara worked, not inside the cabin, behind it, hidden from the road, buried in shadow. Stone by stone, she carved into the mountain. No machines, no help, just her hands, and a purpose she never explained. The cold didn't stop her. The bleeding didn't slow her. Because this wasn't building. This was remembering. Every strike of her hammer. Every stone placed with care. It was like she'd done this before. Like she already knew exactly what was coming. The first night, no one noticed. Just a little colder than usual. The second night, the wind changed. Sharper. Heavier. By the third, everything stopped. Fires struggled to burn. Water turned solid in minutes. Livestock froze where they stood. This wasn't winter. This was something else. Something sudden. Something unnatural. People tried to leave. But the roads disappeared under ice. Engines failed. Signals died. And one by one, the mountain began to claim them. By the fifth day, hope was gone. Until someone saw it. Thin, steady, rising into the frozen sky. From her cabin. They didn't believe it at first. They couldn't. Because nothing survived this cold. Nothing should. But the closer they got, the stranger it became. Snow melted before it touched her roof. Ice refused to form on her windows. And inside, a fire still burned. Alive. Waiting. And for the first time since the freeze began, they realized something terrifying. She wasn't trapped in the storm. She had been ready for it. They reached her door just before nightfall. Fingers numb. Breath turning to ice. One knock, then another. For a moment, nothing. Then slowly, the door creaked open. Ilara stood there, unsurprised, like she'd been expecting them all along. No questions. No panic. She simply stepped aside. Come in. Warmth hit them instantly. Not just heat, but life. A fire burned steady in the hearth. Candles flickered without struggle. Supplies, more than anyone should have. But that wasn't what unsettled them. It was her. She didn't look relieved. She didn't look afraid. She looked prepared. Watching them carefully, she said only one thing. You can stay if you follow my rules. Silence filled the room. No one argued. Because outside was death. And inside was something they didn't yet understand. After a long pause, she turned, walked toward the back wall, and pressed her hand against the stone. A low grinding sound echoed. A hidden door slowly opening, revealing darkness beyond, and faint, steady warmth rising from within. The passage sloped downward, narrow at first, then widening as they followed her deeper inside. The air changed, warmer, heavier, alive. Their frozen limbs began to ache as feeling returned. Drops of water slid down stone walls, liquid in a world that had turned to ice. At the end of the passage, they saw it, a natural chamber carved by the earth itself, stone glowing faintly from within, heat pulsing like a heartbeat. The mountain wasn't cold. It was alive with fire beneath. Ilara finally spoke. This is why I stayed. Her voice was quiet, but steady. I didn't build this. She looked at the chamber, almost like it was something she respected. I found it years ago. The pause. Softer. After the last time. The group exchanged glances. Confused. Afraid. Last time, someone whispered. Elara didn't answer immediately. Instead, she looked back toward the tunnel, toward the frozen world above. And for the first time, there was something in her eyes. Not fear. Not doubt. Recognition. At first, they were grateful. They had warmth. Shelter. A chance to survive. But gratitude doesn't last long in the dark. Questions began to grow. Why didn't she tell anyone? How did she know this would happen? And what? Did she build the passage before the storm came? They started noticing things. The way Elara listened, not to them, but to the mountain. The way she counted time without a clock. The way she avoided going too deep into the chamber. The sounds began. Distant. A rumble beneath their feet. At first, they thought it was shifting stone. But it came again. Stronger this time. And longer. Like something moving. The warmth flickered. The steady heat pulsed, then dropped, then surged again. Unstable. Unpredictable. Someone panicked. This place isn't safe. Elara turned sharply. For the first time, her calm broke. I never said it was safe. Silence. Heavy. Unforgiving. Completely. Almost like a warning. This mountain gives heat, but it takes something in return. That night, no one slept. The air grew thicker. Hotter than before. Too hot. Breathing became harder. The chamber pulsed again. Brighter this time. The stone walls glowing like embers. Cracks began to form along the passage. Small at first. Then spreading. The mountain wasn't just shifting. It was waking up. A deep roar echoed from below. Not like an earthquake. Not like collapsing rock. Something else. Something alive beneath the surface. Panic broke the group. Some rushed toward the tunnel. Others froze where they stood. And Elara, she didn't move. She closed her eyes. As if she'd been here before. As if she knew how this ended. It's happening again, she whispered. One of them grabbed her. What do we do? Her eyes opened slowly, heavy with truth. We choose. She looked toward the passage, cracking under pressure. Then toward the frozen world above. One death or another. The ground shook violently. A piece of the ceiling collapsed behind them. The path back was closing. The heat surged one final time. Blinding. Consuming. And in that moment, they realized the truth. The mountain hadn't saved her. It had spared her.